Yoo-hoo! Big Summer Blowout! Big Lou Gaming, we're back. I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. Again, as usual, a lot of stuff going on. I apologize for being gone for so long, but I am going to eat some Mexican food while I talk a little bit about what's been going on, right? Green sauce is the best. Alright, so lots of crazy changes lately. If you guys have been doing very good in these last events, I applaud you. Reason why it's been so different is because now the epic wheels don't seem so epic anymore. If you guys know, there's always two events going on during the week. I mean main events. There's like a 3-day event. There's like collect these tunes, or like they're usually older tunes, or this is a nice event for us, more like geared more towards us. And there's a new event, right? One is like for the newest legendary, the newest epic, or leading up to a PTL or a path to legendary. And usually those are not very nice. This event, for example, right? So don't worry, this event I did already get Yokai Taz. I think I did fairly well in the event, but something that I really struggled with was my She Devil. Yeah, so I couldn't advance much more. But what did I get out of all this? I did get a 5-star, what people call SPM or Star Pharaoh Marvin. I did get my 5-star Marvin. He is going to be featured in the next event, which is a mastermind event. And you know what? Let me just go ahead and silence all of this stuff now. Boom. That was my brother. He wants me to help him go car shopping, etc., etc. But yeah, so Star Pharaoh Marvin, finally got him. This event, I didn't actually spend money on. I had a bunch of gems from previous events because I did spend money on my on the Belay event, the new bugs. Now that event was very nice. The Seagoing Stem event was pretty good, and all I'm realizing as all these changes and new tunes are coming is like boosts are everything. Now, I'm not saying boosts are everything to everyone, right? I think when you're first starting, like if you're like level 30 or still like your power level, like your overall power level in your account is low, then I don't think boosts matter too much, right? Because I'd rather have like been very lucky and gotten a Black Knight Sam to 6 stars than have a 4-star bugs with the boost like super high. And this is real laggy today. It's frustrating, but now I think I'm finally reaching the point where boosts do start to matter, especially because I'm starting to fight like all these 70, 80k teams, and I'm like, well, I have like a higher power level, or my tunes are significantly stronger, and nothing. Like I still lose because there's 7.7 bugs, has his forest boost all the way max, and he does a crit damage AoE, like it's insane, and wipes out half my team pretty quickly. Actually, I'm gonna freeze this and then start it up again. All right, that's a lot better. So, as I was saying, boosts are definitely starting to matter at my level now. So, whereas 3, 4, 5 months ago, boosts didn't really matter so much, now they're definitely starting to matter. Quesadillas are my favorite. Anyways, so what I wanted to do today is I think I have 2 battles left in war. Actually, no. Well, I have 3 battles. I saved some for y'all. I did 1 battle so that the reset can start, so that in 8 hours I can actually get 2 more. So I'm gonna do this battle once, and then later on when you have more time, you can finish your battles. So I wanted to talk about team comps. All right, let me just go into brawl. I'm gonna get some crates anyways. Obviously you want to look at the power levels of your teams that you're fighting, because that depends whether you'll be successful with experimenting with certain comps or not. But Outlaws, right? Those are some of the new tunes that just came out. What I like to use is him, and Frostbane Lola was just, she's so good. I just need to have her higher up in stars so that she's useful at my level. All right, so Lola is an amazing support. She works fantastic with Outlaws. Seagoing Sam bypasses all dodge. There's not really a nuker per se, but a lot of damage gets put out. Seagoing Sam attacks whoever has a bounty every time an Outlaw goes, and this whole team is Outlaws, right? So, what I want to do is, I'm gonna raise attack. I'm gonna go give everyone hidden. That protects my team until Lola has to heal. And then this primary attack, I want to give the bounty to whoever I know I need to kill sooner than later. So who's my threat here? He has AoE, so you can potentially kill my Lola Frostbane if he outspeeds her. And Brash can nuke, but they have their healer here. So I want to put the bounty on him, and I know he's gonna die next turn. So now that he's taunting, I have someone that can actually bust through tanks, which is Nasty Canasta. He's only 6.3 stars, but I have some boost in Desert, so he does actually pretty well. So I use his second ability, boom, just like that, Pepe gone. And then I heal, and then every time they get a chili, Lola gives him one more attack boost, right? So now to get everyone's attack stats, and they're all being protected by Desperado. The only thing I wish that Lola can heal like more consistently, like every 2 turns she could heal. But I think it's like every 3 turns, so that's a little frustrating. And now you have a variety of things to play with. You have damage over time. You have basically a nuke with Sam's second ability. You have extra damage, like 70% piercing on an enemy with Lola. You have stun, which also applies defense down with Desperado, and it all just lines up very, very well. So if I stun and put defense down, and then I use his second ability, he's gone. Or he should be gone. Yeah. And then if he wasn't, he would have added 4 more defense down. And if you guys don't know, the way damage over time works is like a percentage based off of your current tune's attack stat. So now that Nasty Canasta has plus 12 attack stat, this damage over time, which puts 8 damage over time on an enemy, unless they have resistances, of course, is most likely a guaranteed kill. So who's faster? I think Brash is faster, so I'm just gonna put that on him. And then I'm gonna put more damage. And see that, like, I know that I'm fighting a weaker team, but you guys saw that Sylvester the Brash just died. So you want to make sure all these attack boosts are going up on Canasta, so that by the time he uses his damage over time ability, which is 8 damage over time, it's most likely an instant kill. And then just finish him off. This is one of the comps that I wanted to show everybody, because I think it is a very good comp. Now, would you need another defender or a little extra healing? Yeti would be fantastic, because every time he freezes your team, they get damage, immune to damage with if Lola is tuned up high enough, right? And since I'm talking about like my best comps for attack teams, here's one of my defensive ones, right? Really, I put these 3. I put Gauss because if there's any kind of debuffs, he gets buffs out of that. And then King Bucks is gonna taunt somebody and then put some heavy hitters. Usually what I do is I put in Prize Fighter because he has some very good stats, and then whenever King Bugs forces a taunt, he'll attack, right? So this is one of my defenses that I usually go to. All right, so the next comp that I wanted to show y'all is a little tricky, right? I have two variations to this, so let me go with a stronger team here, just so I can see if maybe I can do it. All right, this team might beat me, but here's a team that I saw someone mention on Discord, and it actually does work. The only thing it lacks is healing. Now, I can make up for it by just adding a random healer, but there's like a little turn of events that you can do very well if done correctly, right? Like once everyone's like assisting and doing this and that. All right, so the important part here is for your supports to have less attack than your speedy. That way, every time Bly attacks, his passive is the tune with the highest attack stat attacks for 110% attack, right? Which means Speedy is going to be having turn after turn after turn. The trick here is you want to use Kitty's defensive ability so that the tune with the highest defense attacks, which is Bly, and then whenever Bly goes, it'll make Speedy go, and then when both of them go, Tweety's healing them. Now Tweety's not healing for much right now. He's only 6-star, and he's not tuned up any higher than that. But I'll show you how it works. And I might lose this one. You know, I might lose here and there because they have damage over time. They have a better healer. They have someone that bypasses dodge. But this is essentially what I do. I always start off with taunt, and then Speedy attacks. And at first you're not doing a lot of damage, but then Speedy is applying these defensive downs consistently. So then you use your defensive, which makes Bly go, which makes Speedy go again. And just like that, they're all less than half. Now here I can try to nuke with Speedy's last ability, and I can maybe go for Witch Hazel and maybe it'll kill, but I'm just gonna keep doing this. And now a lot of them are very easy to kill. I'm gonna go ahead and use Speedy's assist, which makes Bly go, and then Speedy goes. And if Bly doesn't go, the only there's a 66% chance that you get a double attack. Because when Tweety uses his second ability for assisting, then either one of the three are gonna go, and there's only a 33% chance that only Speedy goes. But if Kitty Kitty goes, then she'll make Speedy go. And if Captain Bly goes, then he'll attack, and then he'll also make Speedy go. So you guys can kind of see how you're consistently getting attacks off. So here, he's taunted, so he's got to use Bly's attack, and then boom, there goes Speedy again. And then we're going to make Bly attack again, and then Speedy. And then Speedy's regular attack. And just like that, like, they've only gone, what, one turn? And I already killed 3 of them. And then where things get serious, like if it's a prolonged battle, and then okay, so I'm gonna go back to what I was just about to say. If it's a prolonged battle, then Tweety's last ability starts like a crazy chain of effect, right? So it'll be like Tweety asks for an assist from Kitty, which makes Bly go, which makes Speedy go, which makes someone else go, and it's just healing all. Like it's like a huge rotation. But here is where you really want to survive just long enough to get her healing off, so you get that additional healing on top of your assists. So if it was a prolonged battle, you were usually healing. She gets 50% turn meter, and she's gonna heal pretty soon, and then just keep going with Speedy. And if you guys see, like he already has what, 6 attack down, or defense down. He has 5 defense down, and it's just, and they're slow too. The good thing about Tweety, Speedy, and Kitty Kitty is that they generally have very good speed. And then Bly has, if he's tuned up fast and like high enough, he has that what's it called, like when you start, like he has a turn boost meter at the very beginning of the game. So I don't care about these right now. So here's one of my other defensive teams. It is strictly damage over time. I do lose with this team here and there, and it's not the best team 100%, but if you get lucky enough and you silence their taunter and put a bunch of damage over time, it really just depends on RNG. You can stack up to, like, let me see, 4 from Black Knight, 2 to 6 or 2 to 7 from Witch Hazel, and then another 4 from Devil Dog, like up to 10 damage over time. So it can get pretty crazy. All right, so that's one of my other defensive teams if you guys needed some fresh ideas. Now the other variant of the Bly combo that I really enjoy is Elmer the Sure, and you guys will see why, Bugs the Brave, and Chamberlain, just because he gives Bly a boost, right? They have a relationship for the new Imperial tunes. I gotta take a bite, guys. I'm hungry. Alright, so I was a little confused, and I was actually on Discord yesterday on the Bug channel because Sinclair Kitty, and this isn't a bash at her or anything, I was just failing to understand, and I still don't understand 100%. She just said that when a tune counters, their passives don't activate. But then I was like, well, that's weird, because whenever Elmer the Sure counters, his passive activates, whereas he gains defense up, and then those defense switch to attack ups, right? Which makes him like super good. And if paired with the right tunes, it's massive. The reason this doesn't work with Kitty Kitty with my tune specifically is because Elmer the Sure, after one attack, his defense is already going to be higher than Bly. which means that when I do Kitty Kitty's defense, it's not going to trigger Bly and then trigger Elmer. It's going to always trigger Elmer, whether it's for defense or for attack. And Bugs the Brave too. His defense is pretty up there. He's a legendary, obviously. So depending on how I start the match, his defense might be higher than Elmer, which means if I use Kitty Kitty, it'll probably trigger Bugs the Brave and not Bly. Like the whole Kitty thing works best when Bly is the one that is triggered initially, for me at least. Now, here's how I like to do it. So I used to have no Chamberlain, no healer except Bugs the Brave's healing, but then I realized, nah, that's not very efficient. I used to have Sylvester the Brash. So I wanted to get as much defense up as possible, but that's not necessary anymore, right? So what I want to do is really just capitalize on how much defense I can give to Elmer to start stacking those up. Now, you can go one of two ways. You can either use this ability here, Hero's Mercy, and immediately give him 3 defense up, and then Bly will use his, and that's 6 defense up, and that's already 6 attack up, but after his first turn. Or you can kind of gamble and hope that Bugs the Brave doesn't get too many speeds up, so that whenever he taunts, he's slower than Elmer. So that whenever he faster, so that whenever he goes on his next turn, he doubles whatever defense up Elmer the Sure has. So usually this is how I go about it. I do this. I do this. I taunt with both of them, right? And you see how Bugs the Brave was the one that attacked, and that's the only flaw in the initiation of this. And I don't even consider it a flaw because it does pretty good damage. But I want Elmer the Sure to attack, right? So now I can't go until Elmer the Sure gets his first attack off to start stacking up those attack ups. Now, for the sake of me trying to prolong this as much as possible, so y'all can see, all I'm going to do is just give more stats up. Now you guys see, Elmer the Sure had 4 defense ups, right? And then Bugs the Brave's turn came again, and that's why you want him to be faster than Elmer on the next turn, because he just doubled his defense up. Now he has 8 defense up, right? Which is going to turn those into attack ups. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give him even more defense up. Now he has 11, right? So now how many attack ups did he have? 12. The one extra that he got was from Chamberlain's ability. Now, attack. And what's going to happen now is the trigger of Bly. So now the tune with the highest attack is Elmer the Sure. If I do this, Elmer goes. Now look at his defense up. He just went again, and then Bugs the Brave is still taunting. So whatever he just gained, so he was at what, 12? He gained 2 from that attack, and then Bugs the Brave's turn is next, and he doubled it. So now he has 28. So I hope you guys are kind of getting a grasp of how I'm kind of using this. So now it doesn't matter what I do from here on out, really. I'm just gonna heal just because. Now Elmer the Sure has 40 attack up. Now think about that. That is almost as much as you get whenever you kill someone without a turn on their at the arena, and you guys know how much damage that does. So I'm going to go ahead and go again. And now he's down to 28, right? But attack with him. Now he has 13 that he's going to add to that 30, right? That doesn't matter. I think I'm going to kill him before I get to go again. Unless I can do something else. Maybe this won't kill. Yep. So now, see, now my next hit is still in the 40s range. And that's 43 attack up. I love this. This is the other variant of using Bly. I think it's a bit more successful for me at the moment, simply because basically just where the level I'm at, that's just what needs to happen. I think that ultimately the Speedy, Kitty, and Tweety would work better. Maybe I can replace Tweety with another healer. Just something doesn't really matter as long as Speedy gets in there. The only thing that matters is their attack is lower than Speedy's. Just like, something for extra healing. Were my Speedy high enough, I think he would have a higher attack than the Bard. But if not, I would bring my Bard. So that's another comp that I really wanted to show you guys. So one of my defenses I use is literally just my Knight team. But I did start throwing in Bly in there just because. All right, let me get this. And did I have any other comps that I wanted to show? I tried doing the same thing with Seagoing Sam, but my dogs are going crazy. Yeah, I tried doing the same thing with Seagoing Sam, but it didn't really work because he was changing the bountings every single time. So I wasn't really able to target one tune. And I know that when Bly attacks, Elmer the Shore attacks a random tune, but the point is for him to just get as many defense ups before his actual turn so that he can then nuke somebody. And there's just so much defense here that, I mean, there's two taunters. I don't have to taunt with both, but there's so much defense here that it doesn't really matter what the enemy team does unless he's like silencing and slowing me down, you know, like one of those walls. I'm trying to think of some other comps that I've been kind of experimenting with. Obviously Brash. Actually, I've been talking a lot about my night team. So the night team in general is very, very good. But it's basically like what I just showed you guys. I think is better than the night team. But it really depends on who you ask, because Brash can definitely ruin that whole team that I just had if he was able to get a turn where he nukes one of my tanks, right? And if he's strong enough. But here, what I always do is I taunt first, and then sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna immediately nuke, but I don't have to all the time because I can just do some damage. I have him so that he crits 100% of the time. I add defense up. And then I just go with emotions, right? So here I just stun, and then I use your sword 5, which gives. Usually, I wanted to go to Elmer the Shore, but you know that's the thing about the night team. You can't really calculate it every single time because it really just varies on what stat ups Bugs the Brave gets whenever he taunts, and how many defense ups Elmer the Shore gets whenever he attacks. It's like 2 to 6 or 3 to 6, right? But from here on out, there's just so much defense. They have so much, like, they're synchronizing so well that they have defense boosts. And from here on out, it's just do damage. So versus the Brash can usually nuke whoever he wants pretty quickly. I'm going to stun just because. You guys can see that Elmer the Shore already has 23 defenses up, which means that he'll be able to nuke the next one. And again, it's not as an effective nuke as the comp that I just showed you, but nevertheless, the night team is also very good. So that's one of the comps that I've been using lately. So to finish off the video, I'm gonna go ahead and see what teams I have left. Let's see, who do I want as my fourth? This is one of the comps that I use just because Chamberlain syncs well with Sylvester, and then I add 2 counters. So sometimes what I do is doesn't really matter. I sometimes throw in Outback Dog just to kind of have a counter team in there, but I mean, I don't really care. Let's see, did I get something? I think it's just a daily. Yep. All right. So now let's go to Alliance Wars. And man, my quesadilla cooled down, guys. So we're actually losing right now. I won my first attack. It wasn't a problem. I went for the tower, I think. Yeah. So we just took down the forest tower. But I only attacked it because someone else had already attacked it. I wouldn't have targeted it like right away because all the cannons were pretty high anyways. So usually when it's a team that I know we're gonna win against, I kind of experiment. But here I don't have that much room to do that. I have to go for actual guaranteed kills. Like I have to be able to beat them. So I usually save my night team for one of the strongest teams. I save my damage over time team for one of my strongest teams, but I think I already kind of split those teams up. So here I'm trying to see like what I can do. They definitely have healing over time, and I already used my Devil Dog. I still have my Leopold, but he's still too weak. And I could bring in my hidden team, so use Granny to take those all off, but then I won't have enough damage output. So with those healings over time plus LeVar, that'll be a little difficult. But you definitely just want to look around and see what you can beat. So here, I guess I can bring in King Bugs. Just to take out that Scout Foghorn. I guess I could go with a counter team too. I guess I could go Grand Duke. Excuse me. It's basically the team that I just showed you guys. The only problem with that is, I don't know, honestly I might lose. The problem with that is I only have one defender and he is terribly slow. So I do have about 9,000 power level over him, but I mean, we'll just see how it goes. So all right, that was a lot of damage. So who's their fastest attacker? This guy. I'm trying to go for him first. I'm forced to heal. I'm gonna lower his attack. Oh my god. All right, let's taunt. All right, they healed. They just healed everything up. All right, let me go for Sylvester Jr. I'm gonna lose this one. I am 100% gonna lose this fight. Yeah, wow. They have their forest tunes completely maxed out, I'm sure. That's what the? That Scout is doing massive damage. All right, I lost this fight, guys. I guess I should have brought out the big guns. Doesn't matter. Or actually, it doesn't. It does matter because we're losing. But I was expecting for us to lose against this team once I saw them. Yeah, I'm stunned. It's over. But man, now you guys see what I mean by boosts. I had 9,000 over them. But those boosts, like, basically, their power level was hidden, right? They were a 74k team, but 65 of that could have came from just 3 tunes, those forest tunes, and not Elmer. I know Elmer's a forest tune too, but he was a 5-star. So, out of revenge, yeah, because I'm mad and I lost, I could come back and whoop on it. And I think I am. So, this is what I was saying. I have this night team that's just fantastic. And am I going to lose again? Probably, but chances are I'm not. So, because I know they put out so much damage, I'm gonna taunt first. There goes one nuke. Attack up. I'm gonna stun their Sylvester Jr. Oh, I guess I didn't see. That's how I know they have all their boosts maxed. Let me see. I'll do an attack again. Probably gonna heal. Oh no, he did attack up. Damage. Taunt. Damage. I'm gonna do this. Damage. Kill. See, like, it's not that I can't beat them. It's just I'm trying to save my team for the stronger teams, and apparently this was a very strong team. But it made me lose a fight. So I guess they got what they needed to do. I don't know. I don't really try too hard in these wars anymore. I used to try a lot harder, but now I don't really try. I just try to get the kills, and I usually take place in like the top 3 or 4. So it's a dangerous team. Let me tell y'all why, because that Daffy is maxed, and he ignores defense, and that'll probably wipe you out pretty quickly. I mean, someone beat it. I don't know. Let's go for it. Whatever. All right. So I'll do this. I'll do this. Let's use Bly. Let's use Bly a little bit. All right. So who has my highest attack? I think it'll be Doesn't matter. Let's do it. After this, I'll only have 4 more attacks, and so that means 4 more team comps that I have to put together. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and taunt. Let's go ahead and put taunt on this Daffy so I can kill him. Let's do this. Let's heal just a bit. And do this. So it looks like Sylvester is the one that with the highest attack. For some reason I thought King Bugs would have had a higher attack, but I guess not. So let me stun him. I don't want him to heal. Let me do some AoE. Let me do this. Push them back on the turn meter. This should kill. This should kill. And he'll heal from that, but it's okay. Alright, let's do this. Now we just gotta out damage the healing that he gets. So a tip for this, if you have Grand Duke Sylvester, his attacks put down defense down. But his primary, so that's like, so with his second ability that I just did, he puts deny dodge and defense down. So he heals twice. The first one gives like 3 dodge chance down, so plus defense down, so he heals 4 times out of that. So you might want to use his AoE when you have it. So this is just 1 stat down. And this is why Bly is considered ridiculously OP. So if I do this, everyone gets an attack boost of 80%, and the damage comes. Boom. We got 1633, and she wasn't even boosted with like any regular attack ups. So that's why Bly, I wanted to try him out with the Outlaw team, because Lola Frostbane and just the whole Outlaw team can stack up attack ups like so high with Seagull and Sam. But that's why I was trying to work at a comp there. That way, whenever he does his third ability, everyone gets plus 80, 100%, whatever attack, plus their attack ups that they have individually. That's just massive damage. But there you go, guys. I might not be the best at war. I think right now I'm probably top 3% still. I'm number 1. So, yeah, 44 stars earned. I think Iwen and Zab are some of the top 2 in my alliance. They're usually right up there with me, but you guys can see our alliance is like the majority of the top 10. We have 6, they have 4. So I don't know how we're losing right now. That's probably on me for losing a stupid fight, but I'm confident that the rest of my team will pull through. But all right, guys, Big Loot Gaming. This was just a quick walkthrough of some of the team comps that I like and a little bit of war. If you guys can hear my dogs, I'm sorry, but they've been acting a little crazy. They're starting to mate, my huskies, so they get hurt. But anyways, too much info. Big Loot Gaming, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, leave a comment, hit me up on my Discord. I reactivated the notifications. Road to Ambassador, baby. Hit me up. Y'all have a great day. Peace out.